Right, so here we are at the usual spot, just waiting for the car to turn up. Just sitting in the S3 right now. Really looking forward to seeing how it drives compared to this, because I've sat in passenger in this car, but driving it is a totally different thing. It felt much faster than this, that's one thing I can guarantee already. But yeah, it should be pretty good. You should hear it before you see it though, that's one thing for sure. It is a really loud car. There it is. Told you it's loud. Proper beast of a car, man. Right people, so there is behind me the all new RS3 saloon. This one has almost every option on it, stuff like carbon ceramic brakes, carbon engine inlays, but yeah, I'm going to show you all that stuff now. So what we're going to do now, we'll give you a little walk around of the car, turn it on, show you guys some revs, and yeah, we'll take you for a drive. So yeah, let's get started. Right people, so the new Audi RS3 saloon. First things first, it's got a 2.5 litre 5-cylinder engine. It is obviously based on the facelift version. Before the facelift, you could only get the RS3 in the Sportback. The saloon version does look quite nice. I personally think it's got some good proportions, and it definitely does make the car sort of look a bit more grown up, you could put it that way. And yeah, this one in particular does look good with the amount of spec on it. So the main thing with the engine is that it's got more power now. You've got 33 extra horsepower, so it's got around 400 horsepower. Definitely a lot of power for such a small car. About 100 more than mine almost. Has around 354 pound-feet of torque. So yeah, definitely a lot of grunt, and also it's got a 7-speed DSG box. You can only get RS3s and DSGs. Definitely is quite good. The engine also is a bit lighter than before, about 26 kilos, so it should help with handling. In terms of spec, this car has the sort of black optics pack, or sort of the gloss black finishing you could call it. I mean, look here, all of this bit down here finished in gloss black, especially the surround here. Also you got the Quattro logo. You can get aluminium finish pack at the bottom, and also if you don't get any pack, you just get sort of chrome around here, and then you just, that stays in black anyway. Does look quite good, fully blacked out in this particular car. Definitely quite nice. Also, if you can notice, the car is flared out at the front. Just look how wide that is at the front. I mean, normal A3 and S3s are not flared, but the RS definitely is quite flared, especially if you look at it from back here. Does look the business. This one also has matrix LED headlights. Like I said, a lot of spec on this car, so I'm gonna try to cover everything. It literally, the owner showed me the list before, and it is literally endless. But yeah, it's good to get an idea of how high you can spec something like this. Moving around the side, you got the sort of new blade design alloy wheels. Definitely do look alright in person. Some people aren't fans, but the main thing I want to show you guys is this here. Those are ceramic brakes. Quite an expensive option. I believe they're around £4,500 to £5,000. Definitely do look quite impressive though. I mean, they don't write on there that they're ceramics, but just look at the size of the disc. They are pretty big. I mean, look at, there's hardly much gap between the alloy. It's massive. Definitely going to be looking forward to seeing how they're like in practice. I haven't driven a car with ceramic brakes. Definitely I'm looking forward to that. Of course, this car has mag ride as well. That is another option. And also it has the sports exhaust, which I'll just show you now. These exhausts are massive. I mean, just check this out in terms of my hand. It's literally the size of my hand. They're massive. In there you got the sort of split there. Definitely does look quite nice. Also, if you've seen the number plate as well, if you don't know what that says, I don't know if I can help you on that. Yeah, it definitely does sit nice. Moving on to the interior, this car has quite a few options on the interior, but we'll go over those now. We'll start with the door. So you got the sort of RS design pack on this particular car, which gets you Alcantara over there. You get the sort of stitching on the door, which actually has leather on it. Usually you just get sort of a plastic trim like this, or cladding, whatever you want to call it. Bang & Olufsen. And also the new RS3 facelift has Alcantara on the sides finally. Obviously the new wheel as well, but the pre-facelift had Alcantara on the top and bottom, which made no sense to me. And also now you get the virtual cockpit standard. This car in particular has the super sport seats with the red stitching. You can get normal stitching, or normal sort of grey coloured stitching, or you can get the red stitching. I personally think on this black car, definitely sets it off having it in red. And yeah, just generally this interior is quite nice. I just love the RS design pack. Definitely just lighting up the interior, having Alcantara there. You've got the sort of RS sport mats. Yeah, on the doors as well, it definitely makes it more of a quality cabin, more so than it already is. And also you got the sort of red outlines on this. Some people think it looks a bit sort of childish, but in photos you can't really tell. And yeah, also this car has the carbon fiber inlays, which is another sort of £850, £900 option. Like I said, car is fully spec'd out, but it is a really quality place to be. And let's not forget the panoramic roof. As you can see, unlimited headroom. Other things to notice, this car is keyless, which is an option, and also it has folding mirrors. So I'll just let you guys know it is an option if you're going for something like an RS3. It is a bit strange, but it is. Yeah, just generally this car is special enough to justify over something like a I don't know, an M2 or the other rivals this car has. To be honest, it doesn't really have many rivals, but this interior is definitely on par with cars even above it in the sort of price range. Definitely very nice. And even though I'm used to this dashboard in my S3, the sort of extra additions this car has definitely makes it feel more racy and special, as it should be in an RS car. Right, so ordinarily at this point I'd give you guys some revs and turn on the car. There's one more option I want to show you guys before we do that. Definitely is quite unique, and it is not an option on many RS3s out there, but like I said, this car has got a lot of unique options. I know some of you guys already know what I'm going to show you, but yeah, so there it is. I know that's the 5-cylinder engine like I've already told you guys, but the main option here that I'm talking about is this carbon fiber inlay here. It is an option. Not many people will go for it because it is sort of a thing that you just do because you want to have your car looking really fancy, but definitely does make the car look special. I think what we'll do now, we'll just turn it on and give you guys a few revs. This car does have the sort of RS Sports exhaust. Should sound pretty good. I have heard it in person. Some people think the new facelift is quite quiet, but from what I've heard, this thing is bloody loud. Right people, so here we are in the RS3, as you can hear. One thing about this new one I will say is it's still a very loud car. Some people think that the new facelift is a lot quieter, but definitely does make a lot of noise. I like the fact that it's a bit more sort of raw sounding at the lower RPM, because when we did the video on the pre-facelift, I know that one had a secondary decal on it, but it had no noise below sort of like 2,000–3,000 RPM. This, I mean, we're just cruising and you can still hear the car. It is pretty good. So what we're going to do, we're going to head over to the usual roads we normally go on. I know it's a usual sketch, but it makes it easier to get sort of a comparison of each car. And yeah, we'll give the car sort of a good run. I'm hoping to see how it sort of compares to, say, the A45 and also the S3. I want to see how much better it is in an S3, because of course with the 5-cylinder engine it just changes the whole sort of experience of the car. And yeah, it is a lot faster, because I did say I have been passengering this car before and the owner is a bit of a mad driver, put it that way. That's why you got carbon ceramic brakes, that's what I'm going to say. But yeah, I mean, so far you can hear the car. It's just a lovely sounding thing, man, lovely sounding thing. I mean, it hasn't got the sort of excessive bangs on the downshift like the old one used to do, sort of gunshots, but I mean, look at that. We're just doing 2,500 RPM, but you know when you're cruising, sometimes you want a car that makes noise like when you're not sort of on it, if you know what I'm trying to say, because these cars are supposed to be fun wherever you take them. Because I mean, the main purpose of this is a fast daily, that's really the main thing. It's a sports car when you want it to be, but you want to have a bit of fun when you're just cruising. I mean, it's just nice. It's a first gear downshift. Not at one point did we go over 3,000 RPM there. – 15 miles an hour, it sounds like that. There you go, man. You can't beat the 5-cylinder engine, you just can't beat it. A blind turn here. Give it some here. Just piles on, man. It just piles on straight away. I mean, we haven't even taken around too many bends just yet. I mean, you can just feel like there's a big difference. The old car was okay at handling because of course it was an RS product at the end of the day, but the thing is, you never felt like it was happy doing a lot of turns. This, you can string together a nice few corners in this. Feels like a very sort of refined package. Like a lot of people do say these cars are quite expensive now. This one with all the spec is practically a 60k car, but it doesn't feel like just a fast A3, not at all. I mean, everything's changed on this thing. Of course, you got all the interior touches. You got the 5-cylinder engine, which is of course is a massive difference, and also stuff like the wider track on this. The car's about 20mm wider track on the front, and you can just see that. I mean, this just sits really wide and squat. Look at that noise as well, man. It's just crazy. And also you can use it on a day-to-day basis, it's not a problem. And every little bit where you can echo, you just want to do it. The torque surge of this is awesome. You know, because we're in sort of the middle of sort of forest countryside, it feels like I'm driving an old school Audi Quattro. One that can actually drive properly as well, because I know I said that about the other RS3s, but the steering in this is much better. You can definitely feel that sort of weight saving over it, but 26 kilos doesn't even tell part of the story. Just look how agile this car is now. Big difference, guys. It's not just art, they're just saying it. You guys who've got pre-facelifts and you refuse to acknowledge it, trust me, you need to drive this. Because normally when you own a car, there is sort of a bias element to it. I don't own an old RS3, I just have an S3, but when I drove the old one, it definitely felt like it didn't want to turn as much. That's just my opinion, but when I got into this straight away, it feels like a much more agile car. Now, a serious machine, man, serious machine. Look at that. What I like as well, this the sort of rev limiter, it lets you hit into it as they do on the RS cars. The S cars don't let you do that. They sort of just change up for you randomly. But yeah, man, the 7-speed DSG in this thing is awesome, man. I just love the S-tronic. I know a lot of cars are moving over to 8-speed ZFs, like stuff like the new RS4, but just can't beat the snappiness of this. Look at that, man. I just love the sort of anti-lag thing that it does. I know it's not anti-lag, I know some of you guys who are very technical will say, oh, it's not that, but it just sounds like it, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, there's the way it shows like 100% power being used. Now, there's a big difference between something like this and an S3, big difference. I know that anyway, but I'm trying to emphasize to some of you guys, you can't just remap another car and it'll turn into something. Yeah, okay, you'll probably be very close in power, but you know, the driving experience is something else. Look at the way this handles sort of bumps as well. S3s and stuff, they just get thrown about everywhere. I mean, I know this thing has mag ride on it, but even S3s with mag ride on them, they still float about. Something about an RS Park, they go to the extra mile. Nah, definitely the handling on this is proper. See, the old one, you know the old one, if you jumped in that and then jumped in a Golf R, you'd realise how sort of lazy that car is. This feels very sort of Golf R like in that sense, you know, in terms of handling, because that car is very good at handling. There's one thing about that car, the handling is bang on. But this thing, man, combined with the 5-cylinder, look at those downshifts as well, man. It's good not to be an Asbo all the time, that's what I'm going to say. Much more nimble, like. It wants to rotate a bit more. The old one didn't want to rotate. Nah, definitely an improvement, See, in terms of comparing it to something like an A45, I couldn't even compare it anymore. The old one, like, yeah, I did the comparison because everyone seemed to think that people cross buy it, but the price of this thing, about £60,000, it's almost 20 grand more than, say, an A45 with that sort of spec on it. And also the fact this is a saloon as well. I find that more people at this sort of price point, when the car spec out like this, they're looking at stuff like M3s. But it's a totally different car to that. It's much more usable, this. A45 is going to have to be really good to be as good as this, because you don't get the sound in that like this. Of course the A45 sounds really good for a 2-litre, but this thing sounds like a rally car, man. See that? You can't do that in any other car. So we're just going to attempt the launch now. It is a bit bumpy, but it should be pretty good. Let's see how it gets away from a dig. The car is in ESC Sport already. S mode, foot on the brake. You can hear that, sounds crazy. Bloody hell, man. This thing actually wheel spins when it launches. No other van car driven does that. don't seem to have any fade at all. Like, we've been on the car for a while now. The pedal doesn't seem to feel any different. It's just like, I haven't really got much to compare with, but they do feel different. Like, there's enough difference there. Like, they feel sharp still after what we've been driving for a few hours now, because the owner was driving before me and we were in the car. Nah, they're not essential, but they're nice if you've got the money to spend it. Why not, right? They're at the front, I believe, and yeah, they do look pretty cool. You can say you've got an RS3 with ceramic brakes. You can't really say that about many of them. Anyway guys, I think we'll wrap up the video here. I haven't really got much more to say. This car is a lot more improved of the old one. Probably one of my most favourite cars I've driven. I know I say that a lot, but this genuinely has everything going for it. Sound, looks. I mean, the interior on this is awesome. The new sound, I like it, because I mean, you can just give you a sound again. It's just a beast, man. The handling is a lot more improved. I know it's quite expensive, but I think it's worth the money. So what other car can you get around the £50,000 mark that does all of this can? This is as quick as most supercars in most day-to-day conditions. But yeah, the sound is just crazy. That's the main reason why I would get something like this. But yeah, overall guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I really enjoyed driving this. Definitely goes to the top of the list in terms of cars I've driven on the channel. And yeah, just subscribe for more to come. Hopefully bring you guys some more cars soon. Should be pretty good. And yeah, just take care guys, and I'll see you next video. I'll leave you with the downshifter.